30 days of bananas sounds innocent until you realize your gut and blood sugar track every single repeat. People call bananas either superfood or sugar bomb, but biology cares about dose, ripeness, and what you eat with it. Same fruit, different chemistry. Green bananas act more like fiber. Ripe bananas act more like quick fuel. Inside a banana are carbs and fiber plus potassium, and as it ripens, the fiber shifts and glucose rises faster. We are going inside your body because cravings and blood sugar begin changing before your brain even decides you are full. First stop is the stomach, where volume and fiber slow emptying, which can smooth the glucose curve downstream. Here is insulin, the key that moves glucose into cells, and he works best when spikes are smaller and steadier. After a banana, glucose rises, insulin responds, and the real question is how tall the peak gets and how long it lingers. In 30 days, we track gut comfort, blood sugar patterns, and craving loops, not just weight, because that is where habits live. Online claims allowed, but your pancreas and microbiome are quieter, and they tell the truth through repeatable patterns. Stay with me, and in minutes you will know exactly what improves, what can worsen, and what depends on your baseline. No fear, no hype, just a science movie inside your body, one banana at a time, across 30 days. Our default is one medium banana daily, because dose consistency lets us see physiology, not randomness from changing portions. Timing matters, because a banana at night can interact with sleep and appetite signals differently than a banana after breakfast. And pairing matters, because fiber plus protein can slow absorption, while a lonely banana behaves more like a quick snack. We will follow a timeline. What happens in the first hours, what shifts by week 2, and what shows up by day 30. As bananas ripen, resistant starch declines and sugars rise, which can change both gut fermentation and the speed of glucose rise. Control room online, baseline recorded, and we track trends, not single days, because your body adapts over weeks. Within 30 to 60 minutes, blood sugar rises, insulin answers, and your muscles decide whether to burn fuel or store it. When glucose enters muscle, it becomes energy, and movement makes that doorway wider, reducing the insulin needed for the same snack. Some glucose becomes liver glycogen, your backup battery, and if that battery is already full, extra energy has to go elsewhere. Fiber helps stool form in transit, so some people notice better regularity quickly, while others feel gas during the adjustment. Resistant starch can feed beneficial microbes, which then produce short-chain fatty acids that support gut lining and immune calm. Those metabolites act like fuel for colon cells, and they can influence inflammation signals and even appetite messaging to the brain. A banana can increase satiety signals when paired well, which may reduce cravings later, but only if it replaces, not adds. Cravings are not weakness. They are circuitry, and using a banana strategically can satisfy sweet taste without triggering a full dessert spiral. Potassium supports nerve and muscle function, yet it is not magic. It works best as part of an overall balanced diet. Portion matters, because a larger banana means more carbs, and for glucose control, the dose often matters more than the label. Same banana, different curve. Pairing with protein and fat slows absorption and can reduce peak glucose, especially in insulin resistance. Now the tension, because bananas can help cravings in the gut, but in the wrong setup, they can also spike glucose. Stress changes the experiment, because cortisol can raise glucose in cravings, making the same banana feel less stable than yesterday. Cortisol tells the liver to keep fuel available. So under stress, you may see higher glucose, even without eating more. If a banana replaces dessert, cravings often calm. But if it is dessert plus banana, your total load rises. Control room rule. Replacement improves the story, addition worsens it. And the body only counts total fuel, not good intentions. Some people feel gas early, because microbes ferment new fiber, and that discomfort often fades as the microbiome adapts. If you have IBS, very ripe bananas may trigger symptoms for some, so ripeness choice becomes a practical lever. For others, Fiber plus pectin supports regularity, especially with water, turning the banana into a simple tool for gut comfort. If you eat a banana alone when hungry, the glucose peak may be sharper than you expect, especially with low sleep. Poor sleep amplifies hunger hormones, so the banana becomes a quick fix. And quick fixes can train the craving loop. Short sleep often raises ghrelin and lowers leptin signaling, making appetite louder and satisfaction quieter, even with healthy snacks. Pairing can fix the story. Adding protein or fat slows the rise and increases satiety, reducing the chance of a second snack. Bananas are not candy, but they do contain sugars, so dental hygiene still matters when you turn any food into a daily routine. Activity changes everything, because muscles pull glucose without as much insulin, making a banana before movement a smarter carb window. A gentle dip after a peak is normal physiology, but big swings can increase hunger, which is why smoothing matters. After week 1, the early story appears, digestion patterns shift, satiety may improve, and blood sugar depends on pairing and timing. If your baseline fiber is low, a sudden daily banana can create gas. So gradual addition and hydration keeps adaptation comfortable. Weight gain is energy balance, not one fruit, and bananas can support healthier patterns when they help you avoid higher calorie snacks. If you have advanced kidney disease, potassium management matters, so daily bananas may not fit, and medical guidance becomes important. Rarely, banana allergy exists, and anyone with latex-related reactions should be cautious, because safety always beats a challenge trend. Now we go deeper, because the real changes over 30 days happen through microbes, hormones, and how cravings rewrite behavior. By week 2, the microbiome begins adapting, fermentation changes, and some people feel less bloating while gut comfort becomes more predictable. Control room sees trends, not miracles, modest improvements in regularity, and smoother curves when bananas are paired and timed well. Ripeness is a lever. Less ripe means more resistant starch and slower glucose, while riper means sweeter and faster absorption. Pectin can help bind water in the gut, which is why bananas can support stool form in both loose and irregular patterns. Better fermentation can support the gut barrier, reducing irritation signals, though results vary, and one food rarely fixes everything alone. Same banana behaves differently after a meal, because mixed foods slow absorption, while an empty stomach creates a faster rise. Insulin sensitivity is dynamic. It improves with sleep and movement, and worsens with stress, making daily banana outcomes personal. Cravings change when you track them, and a banana can work as a planned bridge snack rather than a random impulse. If you always eat the banana at the same craving hour, the brain learns expectation. So moving timing can reduce anticipatory hunger. A banana smoothie can be fine, but extra sweet add-ins turn it into a sugar rush, changing blood sugar and cravings. Whole fruit encourages slower eating and more fullness signals, while liquid calories bypass satiety, making cravings return sooner for many people. By week 3, if the banana replaced junk snacks, cravings often soften because your routine becomes less chaotic and more predictable. Metabolic flexibility improves with movement, letting you handle carbs better. So the banana becomes fuel rather than a trigger for spikes. For prediabetes, bananas can still fit, but pairing and portion matter. And tracking post-meal response helps personalize the plan. Carb timing matters. Banana before activity supports performance and uptake, while banana late at night can raise glucose longer. Potassium can support healthy blood pressure in a balanced diet, but it is not a treatment, and overall sodium intake still dominates. Early gas does not mean harm. It often means fermentation is changing, and most people adapt as microbes learn the new substrate. A banana in a high-fiber breakfast can reduce mid-morning cravings because it supports steady glucose and stronger satiety signaling. Late-night bananas can backfire for some, not because bananas are bad, but because late eating reinforces a reward loop. Control room reminder, sleep debt amplifies cravings. So fixing sleep often improves banana outcomes more than swapping fruit types. When stress falls, cravings often fall because cortisol stops demanding quick energy, making the banana an option, not a compulsion. Gut microbes and hormones talk to the brain, shaping appetite and mood, which is why consistent foods can influence cravings over weeks. Bananas are not sedatives. Sleep is driven by light and routines, but stable evening eating can reduce late hunger that delays bedtime. You may not lose weight from adding a banana, but you may improve control, and control is what changes long-term outcomes. Now we zoom in deeper, because the most interesting changes are the hidden ones in gut ecology and hormonal timing. Fermentation produces both gas and beneficial metabolites, so the goal is balanced dose, enough substrate for SCFAs, not overload. A healthier barrier reduces immune alarm signals, and SCFAs support that barrier, though effects are modest and depend on overall diet. We are not talking infection, we are talking low-grade signaling, which can be influenced by fiber intake and metabolic stability. Glucose handling depends on transporters and insulin, and movement increases uptake, turning the same banana into a smaller metabolic event. Glycemic index is an average, and banana response varies by ripeness, portion, and what you ate before it. So personal data matters. Fiber can enhance satiety hormones and quiet ghrelin, which helps cravings, especially when the banana replaces ultra-processed snacks. If your routine is sweets at 3 p.m., a banana plus protein can interrupt the loop, preventing the next craving escalation. Bananas contain some fructose, but the dose is modest, and whole fruit is metabolically different from sweetened drinks. Control room shows a network effect. Gut signals influence appetite. Appetite influences choices, and choices determine whether bananas help or hurt. Fiber without water can backfire, so hydration is part of the mechanism, helping stool transit and reducing constipation discomfort. In some diarrhea patterns, bananas help because pectin supports stool form, but persistent diarrhea needs evaluation, not just fruit fixes. Potassium contributes to muscle function, yet cramps are multifactor, and sleep, hydration, and overall electrolytes matter more than one banana. A banana can satisfy sweet taste with fewer triggers than candy, but if stress is the driver, you must address stress too. Insulin resistance is a gradual nudge from many signals, and a banana alone does not cause it, but patterns around it can. If you eat bananas late and lie down, reflux can worsen for some, because volume and sugar stimulate digestion at the wrong time. A simple buffer before sleep helps. So if your banana is late, keep it small and stay upright, letting the stomach empty. Bananas help most when they join a fiber pattern, because diversity feeds more microbes, producing more balanced metabolites and fewer symptoms. No single food fixes gut health, but a consistent banana can support a better baseline when the rest of the diet cooperates. By week 4, you may notice steadier hunger, fewer impulse snacks, and more predictable digestion, but only if the banana fits your context. Some feel less crash and fewer cravings. Others feel bloating, and some feel nothing, because baseline health and habits shape the response. Variability is expected because ripeness, portion, timing, pairing activity, and sleep change outcomes more than most people realize. For diabetes, bananas are not forbidden, but portion and pairing are critical, and monitoring your post-meal response is the safest approach. Day 30 looks like a pattern shift. Modest improvements in satiety and digestion, and better glucose control when bananas replace higher sugar snacks. Give the banana credit, but give sleep and movement more credit, because they decide whether your body uses carbs as fuel or stores them. So how do you make bananas work for you, not against you, over the next 30 days? Let us build the strategy. Resolution starts with simple levers: timing, pairing, ripeness, and portion, because these change biology more than willpower ever could. Step 1. Choose a consistent portion, and if you struggle with spikes or IBS, start with half and assess calmly. Step 2. Pair the banana with protein or fat, because it slows absorption and extends satiety, reducing rebound hunger later. Step 3. Place the banana earlier in the day or before activity, and avoid making it a midnight reward loop. Use ripeness intentionally, less ripe for slower impact and more resistant starch, riper for faster energy when you need it. Add water with fiber, because hydration supports stool transit and reduces the chance that fermentation feels like bloating rather than benefit. A short walk after the banana improves glucose handling immediately, making the snack friendlier to your pancreas and your energy later. Protect sleep, because sleep stabilizes appetite hormones. And when hormones are stable, the banana stops being a trigger for extra snacking. Track trends weekly, not daily drama, using gut comfort and craving intensity, because physiology responds to patterns, not perfection. If symptoms are severe or persistent, do not self-diagnose, because treatable conditions exist and your safety matters more than challenge. Build it weekly, first portion and pairing, then timing, then movement, then refinement, because layering beats extreme changes you abandon. Now we summarize the 30-day story in plain language, and the 3 moves that decide whether bananas help you. In 30 days, bananas mainly affect gut fermentation, blood sugar curves, and cravings, but outcomes depend on portion, pairing, timing, and sleep. Control room conclusion. Bananas are useful when they replace worse snacks and support routines, and less useful when they simply add calories. Gut takeaway. Fiber and resistant starch can support microbes and barrier function, but initial gas is common and usually improves with adaptation. Blood sugar takeaway. The same banana can spike or smooth depending on context, and pairing plus movement are the strongest stabilizers. Cravings takeaway. Bananas help when they create satiety and break dessert loops, not when they become a late-night reward ritual. A banana is not a superhero, but it is a reliable tool, and reliable tools can reshape routines faster than motivation. 3 steps. Keep portion consistent. Pair with protein or fat, and place it earlier or near activity for smoother glucose and fewer cravings. You do not need perfect eating. You need repeatable choices, and your body rewards consistency with steadier hunger and steadier energy. Do you eat bananas green or ripe, and do you usually pair them or eat them alone? Tell me your routine and outcome. If this helped, subscribe, and share, because small habits become big biology when you repeat them for 30 days. Bonus scene. A banana before a walk often feels better than a banana after stress, because movement gives glucose a place to go. If you are swapping ultra-processed sweets, a banana can reduce total added sugar and improve satiety without triggering a second snack. In a balanced meal, a banana is simply fruit, and for many people it supports fiber goals without causing meaningful blood sugar problems. Whole fruit comes with a matrix of fiber and water, which changes absorption compared with refined sugars, even when carb grams look similar. Even 1 minute of calm before eating can lower stress signaling, and calmer signaling can improve post-snack glucose handling slightly. Eating speed matters, because slower chewing increases satiety signals, reducing the chance that your banana becomes an opening act for more food. By week 4, refine based on your data. If gas persists, choose less ripe and smaller portions. If energy needs rise, choose riper pre-activity. Science honesty. The effects are modest and individual, but modest changes repeated daily are exactly how long-term health patterns are built. 30 Days of Bananas is a story about systems, gut microbes, glucose curves, and habits, and you can steer the ending. Use bananas as a tool, not a test, and your body will respond with steadier energy, steadier hunger, and better decisions. Next episode, we test another everyday food inside the body, and we will keep the same rule. Patterns matter more than hype. If you have diabetes, IBS, or kidney disease, personalize with clinician, because the best routine is the one that fits your body. Thanks for watching, and remember, the best health hack is consistency, because biology listens to what you repeat, not what you intend. Reports saved, gut comfort trends, glucose smoothing strategies, and craving loop breaks, proving the best results come from smart context, not fear. And if you drop the banana, do not call it a metabolic catastrophe. Just pick it up, wash it, and continue the plan. Which version are you willing to do for 30 days, green or ripe, paired or alone? And what do you want to change first? Gut supports. Glucose stabilizes. Cravings quiet when the banana is placed correctly. And the same banana misfires when timing and sleep are chaotic. Final message. Bananas are not good or bad, they are context dependent. And you now know exactly how to control that context. Like, subscribe and share. And if you want the next food tested for 30 days, comment your idea and we will build a science movie. No panic, just clarity. Because clarity creates habits. And habits create outcomes. One repeated choice at a time. Your body is always listening. And when you feed it consistently and wisely, it returns a favor with calmer hunger and steadier energy. Credits roll. But remember the takeaway: portion, pairing, timing, and sleep. Those 4 levers decide whether bananas help your goals. That is the end of our 30-day banana experiment. And the real victory is learning how to run experiments on yourself safely. If you remember one rule, replace instead of add, because replacement changes total load, and that is how cravings and glucose improve. When stress goes down, cravings go down. And when cravings go down, simple foods like bananas become allies instead of triggers. 30 days, 1 fruit, and a clear lesson. Biology is not dramatic. It is consistent. And consistency is where change lives. Try strategically, track how you feel, and use the data. Because your body gives feedback every day if you know where to look. If this helped, subscribe and share, and I will see you in the next Inside the Body experiment.